Hello, everyone, to what will probably be my last book review of the year. I mean, if I can do one more in the next few days, then I'll do my best. But I can't make any promises. But there are two more books that I am working on and reading, so those probably won't be too far behind anyway. But let's get on to this review. The Hunt for the Last Wizard by Melanie Ifield. And as per usual, I apologize if I am mispronouncing the name. I'm not good with them. But let's talk about plot. So basically, the overall plot of the book is they've got to try and find Poe, who has been kidnapped by the dragon gargoyle hybrid Dagma, and they have gotten ideas to where he is, but they're not entirely sure. But they're hunting for him. Throughout the book, they are going through a whole bunch of different trials and tribulations. They have so many setbacks, so many things that just go wrong for them. And in the end, well, we'll get to the ending. Plot wise, it's nothing I haven't seen before. This person or this thing is missing, so we've got to find it, and they've got to go through all these trials and troubles and whatnot. It's nothing I haven't seen before, but the way she does it is actually really quite good. So I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. It's not, like I said, I've seen this before many, many, many times, but she does it very, very well. Okay, so characters. Characters are always the funner part. Funner. Characters are always the most fun part of any book, really. And, you get the returning characters of Daniel, Rashana, Lanagrin, Nilafar, and so on. And I'm actually pleased to say that Daniel evolves in this. Not just physically, because he does tend to go through one hell of a growth spurt due to some magic that he consumed, but also as a character, which is really nice to see because he was kind of the downside of the Candlestick Dragon. He's the 12-year-old wimpy kid. We've all seen this before, but he really kind of drug the story down because he's kind of a coward. He doesn't like to do much of anything except really read. But yeah, but he evolves. He's actually a part of the story. He's actually a part of what's going on, and he himself as a character is growing and evolving and expanding in everything that he's doing. And frankly, that really was awesome to see. He's being suspicious of people. He's not trusting everyone. But he's also learning to trust people as well, and it's just really, really well done. Lanagrin, he's Lanagrin. He's the ranger. The princess, she doesn't really play as big of a role, but she's still very much there. Nilafar continues to steal every scene that he's in. He's still my favorite character of the series, and probably will be until the end of it. We've also got some new characters joining our party with the character of True, who is a herb magician, basically healer, essentially. There's some more going on there that you've got to actually read it to really get, but she's basically the healer. And her pet Ruark, which is essentially a griffin. There's some very clear differences between the Ruark and what a griffin is, but there's a lot of similarities in there too. So with the characters consistently evolving, the characters definitely gaining their own voices. Like, I don't read dialogue from Daniel and think it's Lanagrin. I'm not reading dialogue from Nilafar and thinking that it's Rashana. So the characters are very clearly defined. The characters are growing and evolving, like I said. So for characters, 5 stars, full on 5 stars. So now we get on to writing, and this is a book for kids. Plain and simple, it's a book for kids. So I'm not expecting Tolkien level of anything, really. So when I say that this book is gets a 5 stars with writing, it means that it's a 5-star writing for a kid's book. It's enough description to get the point across without slowing anything down. It's very good at keeping things moving, and she does a very, very good job with her descriptions, with her world building, with everything that she's doing. So I've got no other choice but to give the writing 5 stars. This is very, very well done, very well written, very well paced. Loved it. Imagination. Wow, does this person have an imagination on her? Like, she took a lot of stuff that is very well known, like sirens, krakens, goblins, and put her own twist on them. And that's something that I really liked to see. That's something that I greatly enjoyed and am very happy to have seen in this book. Like, the sirens, they don't just lure people. Like, they will actually come up to people and try to lure them with their voice. But they also kind of have an art of the deal air about them, too. Like, they know what they're doing when it comes to making a deal. I'll let you guys go, but this guy stays. Or we kill you all. It's your choice. Or, the Kraken, that one was pretty neat. I can't remember if she actually straight up called it a Kraken or just a tentacle monster or whatever, but yeah, it's essentially the Kraken, and it was very well done. Goblins were neat because they're generally considered to be mindless savages in this world. So that's what these characters are expecting. They're expecting mindless savages, mindless monsters, not the thinking, feeling, and tactical creatures that they came up against, which was really neat. The Ruark, which I mentioned before, also really cool to see how she does that, just to see where she goes with it, and the kind of pack mentality that the Ruarks have with one another, especially one that's not really a part of their flock, but it still works out. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the imagination, the most uninteresting part of it is the dragons themselves. Because, well, they're dragons. They're very smart, very intelligent. They live forever, or at least live to be very, very, very old. They're dragons. But even still, I mean, you get, like, fire hatchlings like Nilafar, which brings in a level of imagination. So, yeah, I definitely have to give imagination 5 stars. Like, I can't do anything more than praise this level of imagination. She did a very, very, very good job. Oh, and the magic. Oh, yes, the friggin' magic that she gets into. Especially with the glass sea. And how you're not supposed to drink any of it, but Daniel does. And she's slowly, very, very slowly bringing in the effects of the sea itself on him. And it's brilliant. Just brilliantly well written. So yeah, imagination, 5 stars. Oh, the endings. Ending of a book. Always the most difficult one to really judge. Not because it's the most important thing or anything like that, but because how it ends should be determined by the story itself. And this is a great example of how to end at least book 2 in a series. So, and there are spoilers from here on out, so if you haven't read the book or don't intend on reading, which I actually honestly would suggest that you do read it, but there are spoilers from this point out. You basically know that I greatly enjoyed this book and that you yourself should read it anyway, so yeah. The ending. So the ending. They find Poe, They rescue him. They're actually quite brilliant in the rescue attempts, but they end up getting caught anyway. A flock of Ruarks come in, just slaughter the entire friggin' army of goblins and people and all this other shit. And they escape. They're going. And the great dragon Fireforge shows up. And he's like, you know what? I'm out of here. The queen has just declared war on Bohemia, and we want nothing to do with this, so best of luck to you fuckers. You should get home, but you should come with us. You are something interesting. You should come with us. Daniel, of course, does not go with Fireforge. He opts to stay with Lan and Poe and all the others, which honestly I think was the better of the choices. But yeah, they're about to go to war. This was the greatest spot to end this book, and I cannot stress enough how much I greatly enjoyed how and where she ended this. I cannot wait to read book 3, and I am greatly looking forward to it. So yeah, 5-star ending. This overall gives this book a 9.5 out of 10. That should be telling enough as it is, but if that's not enough to convince you. So, I read The Candlestick Dragon, and I greatly enjoyed it. She sent me the PDF files, and, you know, I've got no problem reading something off my computer or on a Kindle or whatever, but I am definitely the sort of person who really likes to support books that I greatly enjoyed. So, because I enjoyed it so much, I actually went and bought the book. I bought a copy of it. That should be telling enough as it is. That should tell you how good this book is. How good this series is. Like, I'm not even on books 3 or 4. I haven't read them yet. And I'm buying book 2. I might even just buy book 3 and 4 while I'm at it, just so I have them all, and then maybe I'll just read the physical copies. But, yeah, these books are good. These books are very, very good. And you should read them. You should definitely read them. But that's all I got for this review. If you'd like your book reviewed, I'm definitely more than happy to review anything, really. Any book genre. I've got a few more coming around fairly soonish, and then, you know, I'll be getting back into the whole swing of starting other books. So, hopefully these next 2 won't take too long. If I can actually buckle down and get on it, and actually get my own writing done, I should be able to have at least one more by the end of the year, which, you know, is just a few days away. Here's hoping. But yes, if you would like your book reviewed, let me know in the comments below, or send me an email. I'll have the link down below. I'll have my email down below. So yeah, feel free to email me if you want your book reviewed. I have done reviews on from people who have straight up emailed me from these reviews. So yeah, have a good night, everybody, or day, or afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. Bye.